Abusian for the Adolphi and Munina Quabim for once in years, one subscribe, you know. Says about Bomodian or subscribe my Senebi and Yama Hodwa dear Coswagana no by Kumpo and Pouch to Benya Queen tea, no swear they were there could be answer ready. In feigning chimney into far, feigning chimo AEC, a office as we speaking of a year J.Mensa and various political parties. Some brambisha, no one some dead near Sema, a very important and necessary at the more. Sabro Makushian and Semodi to Jano. I know Shipam, there are a whole lot of breaking news and I just say, oh, sir, in Semodi to Adrian. First of all, no, just say a GFP, I just say a Kiadonko party. No, Namo senior just know an air animated tree or Denny Dinko say, or so a flag bearer, bre a Kiadonko sebi of Freemano. And ne was it when Timen meeti a easy or Moniama I was said the due to near the qualify as a mal qualify say obey obey standy not just say it matters so about Amabe president no when Timen meeting tea as you speaking or Jesse and disqualifying on can a year Nkrofoa ye beto muso abanubi on can who be or qualify tia ini DFM. Yeah, in the dear film no, and then a day semi brave bass it is hybrid ballot papers no, yeah, and a dang new balloting chase, over for another various political party. I'm on my betenancy. I'm on my choose another numbers because in him saying NPP number 1 and NDC number 8. NDC first were declared so automatic balloting. Say opeswaya balloting there or so from now more tenancy beam no be say choosing the numbers beam because automatic balloting. So people are asking say why disqualify one no best from beam and only number 1 a easy by answer no say printing houses no we giant printing no see no or declare archives or month 2000 printing. You need to know cancer in go and somebody have to do.
Per Article 54 of the 1992 Constitution and Regulation 13.4 of CI 127, the Commission wrote to the Ghana Freedom Party and provided them a period of 10 days within which to file a new candidate. Article 50 of the 4 of the 1992 Constitution reads, where at the close of nominations but before the election, one of the candidates dies, a further period of 10 days shall be allowed for nomination. In that respect, the Commission wrote to the Ghana Freedom Party and asked them to present a new candidate within 10 days. In fulfillment of that request, the Ghana Freedom Party presented Mr. Apiakubi, who was before then the vice presidential candidate to Madam Ekwe Adonko. The party presented him as the presidential candidate of the Ghana Freedom Party. He and the party went on to submit their nomination forms on the 5th of November, and our technical teams went to work immediately reviewing the nomination forms. At the end of the process, they detected a number of errors and some illegalities with the form. The candidate's attention was drawn to these errors, and the party was provided an opportunity to correct them. They did that. In the view of the Commission, it was not in our bosom to provide the political party the opportunity to correct some of the illegalities that we found on the form. In that respect, the party did not draw their attention to it because the Commission does not feel that it is in its bosom to allow any political party to correct illegalities with the form. The Commission, therefore, as at yesterday, wrote to the party and to the candidate disqualifying him from contesting the 2024 presidential election. The Commission, therefore, as at yesterday, wrote to the party and to the candidate disqualifying him from contesting the 2024 presidential election. This morning, we are here to inform you of the Commission's decision to maintain the presidential ballot as it is. As you may be aware, and I believe all of you have representatives in the printing houses, we are almost 90% complete with the printing of presidential ballots. And you are also aware that following the passing of Madam Ekwe-Adonko, we requested the printing houses to cease printing until the law had taken its course. Now that the presidential candidate or the nominee has been disqualified, the commission would like to inform you that the printing would proceed on the current ballot as is, in the interest of time and to save this country millions of cedis. And so our task here this morning is very simple. We are not here to change positions. We are not here to reballot. We are simply here to inform you that the commission intends to notify our printing houses to proceed with the presidential ballot as is. It will proceed with the ballot that bears the name and the image of the name of the Ghana Freedom Party, their symbol, and the image of Madam Ekwe-Adonko. And we believe that a lot of discussions and advertisements will go out to prevent the citizenry from voting for her. So this is our mission here this morning. It is a simple one, as I said. We'd like to thank you for your time and your attention. Thank you.
Allow some few questions.
If they are.
Makers vote for her. Those votes will go about. They will not be counted for them. And I can assure you that the whole world
and all the voting population are aware that Madam Ekwe-Adonko has passed away. So it is very unlikely that people would vote for her. And if there are any such votes, they will be annulled. I know that Mr. Tanko had also acknowledged receipt of the summaries, and he indicated that he will be picking his hard drive with the register today. And I think he's acknowledged with gratitude the summaries, because I like to mention again that the commission is under no obligation to provide breakdowns or summaries of the register. What we are required by law to do is to provide the parties with a certified register, and we have done that in fulfillment of the law. Yes, because we are all working together, you accommodate the views and the requests of political parties, and therefore it is not a challenge to do so, but it's important to place on record, as Citizen Atu said, is record keeping, that we are not required by law to provide summaries or breakdown of the register to the political parties. So I think that what we've done, we've gone over and above what we are required to do. And so I think that settles it. I think that Mordecai talked about the illegalities. I don't think it is our place to discuss what the illegalities are, whether it is with the GFP candidates nomination or with the PNC. We're all aware that the PNC is in court. It is not our place to discuss illegalities. Those illegalities will be referred to the security agencies to deal with. But we do not believe that it is our place to, to discuss illegalities. I think Citizen Atu wanted to know the law on which we are standing. If you look at Regulation 72B of CI 127, it requires that the nomination form of each candidate in an election for president shall be signed. I was just mentioning that Regulation 72B of CI 127 states as follows: the nomination form for each candidate in an election for president shall be signed by no less than 2 persons who are registered voters in the area of authority of each district assembly. And therefore, candidates must ensure that the supporters that they provide to fill their nomination forms for each district are indeed registered voters of that particular district. You cannot pick and choose as you please, or find persons in one district and, you know, document them as your supporters in another district. That in itself is an illegality, because the law is very, very specific that for each district you must have 2 persons. And so if you are a presidential candidate, the onus is on you to ensure that the candidates or the supporters that you present are indeed of that district, and from that district that they support your candidature. And so this is what we used to disqualify him, because on the face of his form, it was detected that some candidates, some supporters had been brought from other districts to support him in districts where they were not registered voters.
Madam, I think my question was not on the it was based on you taking a decision to continue to let the status quo remain. And there are provisions in the law. And I wanted that to be out there so that at least the general public will understand, based on what are you carrying on with the status quo remaining as the printed ballots have already been done. Because I know that...
Okay, I understand. I think that it's important that our laws are not, you know, do not really take into account, you know, such occurrences. However, the law refers to a situation where a candidate withdraws after, you know, nomination, after the printing of, you know, after the printing of ballots and so on. The law provides an opportunity for the commission to continue with the ballot paper as it is. However, it is not clear on death and situations like this. And even if you look in the law, CI 127 and the Constitution, it doesn't expressly focus on a presidential candidate. If you read the provision 54, you go down, you realize that it's mainly talking about a parliamentary candidate. So, of course, we've had to stretch the law, but there's no clear provision that says that when a candidate dies and the candidate is on the ballot, you should use the ballot as it is. However, if you look at CI 127, Regulation 10(5), it says, where a duly nominated candidate whose name appears on the nomination list displayed at the constituency center withdraws as a candidate after ballot papers and related election notices have been printed, the ballot papers and related notices may continue to include the name and other particulars of the candidate. So basically what we are saying is that we don't have very clear provisions. I believe that after the elections we can all, based on what has happened, this experience, we can re-look at the CI 127 and fine-tune it to take care of such situations. So we'd like to thank you very, very much. Oh, Evans, we have to go. We have anything? We'd like to thank you very much. At this juncture, we'd like to crave your indulgence to bring the meeting to an end. The Commission has a meeting going, a planning meeting of all its regional directorates. So we'd like to crave your kind indulgence to bring the meeting to an end. Thank you very much.
For the Kesi Suma Niema APA free J.Mensa office no and no NHS APA bro I was so the one be na wa cancer no a main in see say do GFP party no a yomudi film yin aja to a yomudi film na nkofobi busa say ene semba new balloting bekoso ene semba another balloting ana o chese oni obi ani balloting yo dere oni obi ani balloting ye position bi ada no beda ho oda number 1 da number 1 nti die chema wontumi ka ono no betimi ama AGM free number 8 no obeye ono no betimi ye sa na management as also so obi no betimi send assistant be position only sa time no cause ya ben election date ne pa to only sa time no number no biada no beda ho kwa donko number besa da ho na number 3 na wow be mistake awakoto no ama number 3 no what egu kwa because also nim say as we speak no obia nim say number 3 is a new beam ye kwa donko ni beam and omekoso educate the masses amamo say number 3 are disqualifying on can who beam so many mistake on number 3 and here but the rest need they are eligible and presidential candidate with matter amomo now so yes any automatic and balloting and say we fluent number 4 than number 3 number 5 than number 4 there be obi adana obi an hweso nye campaign oni sa time no 2 printing of ballot papers na ewo ho no o see 90% omawie mu 90%. So there is no need say obesa say time anokra the infant 2 millions of CDs any day print side no on person obesa government obesa CKB because answer cramp no who needs councils at the parliament and in parliament befro the other koye we do saying na do need time maybe a dubiano or catch the various air printing companies and say from now also bit much say any also printing yes it's said yes it's a picture said it and I'm on to some printing is not more from bra easy I clarify BBA kama so memo bingo jina baby nye campaign say easy I disqualify number 3 no ya shesha ne foforo no J.Mensa number 7 you know say NPP for don't beat my son omodi ombit my son ekwa donko ya disqualify no and J.Mensa number 7 on that number 7 said the Omwanka say campaign no kwa wahwe bia chinya no because these people no ombit my bibia omekasi asese bibia ya disqualifying into no ya hihye bibia foforo J.Mensa number 7 into moko amohwe number 7 wa opibia number 7 oboa wani fry okwa ohu chinya bibia da ohu J.Mensa ma ohu odaso number eda number 8 na ballot papers no so also monto some print bibia sesan monto as because we need time and na onni sika bia so yeden ewo ho so NPP for agenda a chama wontumi dienim kase ono betimi asesa GM position nyina no atonsum hweso your campaign obi ahweso nyene campaign niema we na AEC dia babontin and a reporting actual comment section de subscribe na shima Newz